Hi guys.
Hi.
So today we're talking about how to prepare for a destination wedding, and that goes or that includes talking to your clients beforehand, how to deal with contracts and payments, who pays for flight and hotel, and then also what to pack in your bag.
Yes.
So first things first, most people ask, when you have a destination wedding, does the client pay for your flight and hotel and everything? The answer is yes, they do. And how to go about that is, there's different ways, but I have found the easiest way is to factor in all your costs, which would be flight, hotel. You have to think about, you have to pay for checking in your bags, gas and all that, so also a daily stipend. So what I do is I calculate how much that's going to be, and then I, like a pretty rough estimate, you give it a little bit of cushion, and you add that onto your wedding package cost, and you give them the full amount, and you handle all your booking your hotel, and you handle all your travel logistics. I think it's just easier this way, so your client doesn't have to deal with it, and also so you can book it on your terms. You could book whatever flight you want, stay at whatever hotel you want, and whatever works best for you.
Yeah.
So charge everything in full, and it's just easier for the client. Like, this is how much it's going to cost for me to go out there to shoot your wedding. Boom, this much. And it's better for them than, oh, well, the wedding costs this much, and then there's this for this, this for this, this for this. It just gets kind of complicated.
I mean, there have been times, too, we were talking about this right before, that I've experienced where clients maybe use like air miles or something like that, and they said, can we book your flight? And so I've experienced that before, and I'm open to it. You want to be like as easygoing as possible, and especially in the beginning when you start doing destination weddings, you want to work with your clients and whatever, but it usually does work out better when you can choose your flight, because I think the last one that the client booked, I was like flying to where I was flying at like 6 a.m. and coming home at like 6 a.m. So for me, I would rather fly at night. So I mean, it's not, they wouldn't know that. So I think that it's better if you book it yourself.
Yeah, it's easier that way. And then also, make sure you put all that extra stuff in your contract too, with what's included. So if there are extra fees or whatever for your travel, make sure you put that in your contract. And make sure everything's communicated clearly, what's covered and what's not.
And don't be afraid to do it, because it's super valuable, because you're actually, when you go to destination weddings, you're not just leaving to shoot that wedding and coming home. You're going to be gone for like a while. You're going to be away from your computer. It's a big deal. I mean, it's super fun and it's an awesome lifestyle, but it's also taking you away. I mean, I've never done this before. I've never like charged my clients for my pet care, but all of that stuff really kind of adds up, because like you have to pay for somebody to take care of your pets. You have to pay for your car to like stay at the airport, unless you're married or whatever. So there's a big expense that goes into it. So all of that stuff is important.
Yes.
So then we have the stuff to pack, which is like I'm excited about.
Yeah.
That's the fun stuff. So we were just talking about this too, like right before the chat, is there's a few things that I think would be really easy to forget, and it's super important. And one of the number one things, like if you're going out of the country, the adapter to whatever country you're going to, it's so important, for your camera batteries, for your computer, for your cell phone, just to charge everything. Like you really need to make sure that you have that adapter for that country, maybe even an extra one, because I mean, it's everything. When you're somewhere that you've never been before and you don't speak the language, oh man, you really need to be able to be connected in some way. And then you're not going to go to like Sammy's or to Calumet to buy it.
You can't rely that they're going to have any camera stores. I mean, some places, like when I've traveled to like Peru or Sierra Leone, nothing. No batteries, no nothing, so you have to bring everything, which it can get heavy, but you need it. So the adapter, yes, is very important.
Super important. And talking about bringing everything, it's, it may just be common sense, but it's something to think about, is that, when you're packing for destination weddings, all of your camera equipment, everything, not just some of it, but all of it should go in your carry-on.
Yeah, at least 2 bodies. Some people they only shoot with one body, especially for a destination. And it's happened to me 3 times.
Wow.
One time in Cancun, because the wedding was in the summer, it was super humid, and it was so humid that one of my cameras broke. And like, what would I have done if I didn't have backup?
Wow.
You know, I would have been screwed. So yeah, make sure you have backup equipment. I bring 3 bodies with me.
I bring 2, and also film camera, so it's sort of like 3, but yeah, it's so important. Extra batteries, your flashes, everything, because you may think, oh, I won't need that flash, like, for sure, so I'm just going to put it in my bag, but your bag could get lost. You keep your carry-on, and if those stewardess tell you that you need to check that bag, boo, I just, like, it's not happening. I'm like, nope. I tell them, especially if it's a female, I'm like, this is priceless. What I have in my bag right now is priceless. This is a person's wedding, their biggest day of their life, whether I'm going to shoot it or coming back from shooting it.
Yeah.
And every single time without fail, they're like, okay, we'll put it in the bag. You know?
Okay, I've encountered when I'm checking in before, because you have like a Kelly Moore bag, right? Mine's the Think Tank. It's like a rolly bag. And sometimes, especially when you travel internationally, when you check in, they'll have you weigh it, because they have like a 14 kilogram, like, you know, max, and they'll say you can't bring that on. So I can't bring it through security. So in that case, what I do is I'll take out some of the stuff, I'll shuffle things around and put it in my backpack or my carry-on, just so, like, in case anything does happen with my bag, I'll at least have camera body and, like, the basic necessities to shoot a wedding. Do some.
But, you know, just don't let people push you around and don't take no for an answer, because realize that what you do have in your bag is priceless. It's priceless. You can't put a price on it. It's extremely important.
Yes, and equipment is one thing, but then after the wedding, your compact flash cards, those things. So make sure you bring an external hard drive and your laptop, or something where you could back up your data, so you could have it in 2 places. So you still have it on the card and you have it somewhere else, and keep those things separate
at all times.
I've heard. Did you hear about the photographers in Hawaii, where I guess after a wedding they left everything in their room, and someone broke into their room and stole everything. Oh, and it wasn't backed up.
Wow.
Yeah, so make sure you back up everything. So I always keep my cards, like, one in the hotel room in the safe, and then, you know, whatever it's backed up on external hard drive, I have it, like, physically on me until I edit the photos and give it to the client. That's when I know that I'm safe.
It's pretty intense like that, you know, and especially if you're planning on, if you're going to make a vacation out of it and, like, stay in Italy or stay somewhere after the wedding for a little while, I think it would even be smart to, like, you know, load everything up to the cloud, or load it up to, like, a website, even if you haven't edited everything yet, just so now you have 3 different things.
Yes.
And I also feel like, you know, we all like to take pictures, like, when we're out and about too, like, on vacation, but I think it's super important to, like, you know, you keep your cards and your, you know, main camera, like, at the hotel. You don't take it with you around, because you could get robbed or anything like that, and your priority is the wedding. So
yes.
That being said too, we were talking about how important it is, like, when you're going to a destination wedding, to also pack some food for when you first get there, because if you're going somewhere that you haven't never been before, we're super adventurous and we love to, like, try new things and try new food and have some drinks or something like that, but all of that stuff should happen after the wedding. So priority being the wedding. Even if you're there 48 hours before the wedding starts, I don't really experiment with different kind of foods and things like that when I'm in another country, if I know I have a wedding coming up, because I don't want my stomach to be upset. I want to be, like, full Jana for that wedding, and then after it, I can have some fun. But before it, it's all about the wedding. So that's something to think about. And then also just, like, the jet lag.
Yes.
So melatonin is awesome. I take melatonin with me to like, I love to take it while I'm on the plane, just try to get rest on the plane, or when I'm there to try to sleep, and so you can just be completely present during the wedding and not feel jet lagged.
You're really good about that. I don't have trouble sleeping. I'll sleep on the plane, and I'll usually fly in, if it's international, at least 2 nights before to adjust. Because if I'm, like, groggy and I'm not 100%, I won't do a good job. So make sure you're well rested and fully present.
I just went to Texas to shoot a wedding, and I got done with that wedding at midnight, and then I got in my car and I drove 3 hours to the airport, got on a flight to New York, made myself stay awake so that I was, like, awake in New York, and then from New York flew to Italy, slept the whole way, which was 8 hours, 7.5 hours, woke up, changed in the airplane, like into a dress, got off the airplane and shot a wedding in Italy. And it was crazy.
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 I'm like,
But 1,000%, like I was totally but it's methodical, you know, you have to think it out. So I technically had a full night's sleep. I slept for 8 hours, and I'll tell you, I was present for every single second of that wedding, and plus it was in Lake Como, so it was beautiful and amazing. So how could you not be?
Gorgeous. Yeah, that was like
awesome.
one of my favorites.
And we were there at the same time.
Yeah,
we were like on Lake Como at the same time.
Coincidentally, 2 different weddings, same weekend.
So that was really cool.
Yeah.
Did we think of something else that was like something that you might not think about, like food adapter, cards, melatonin?
I think that's basically it.
Mm-hmm.
From off the top of my head,
Yeah.
those are the most important things. If you guys have any more questions, you can email Jana or I.
Yay!
Yeah.
Yeah, and we'll do this again. So we're super excited. We're gonna try to do it every week.
Yeah, and if you guys have specific questions, maybe we can address them in our next Google Hangout.
Hey, did you guys meet our little kitty cat? This is the new cat. So
So cute.
Dave, do you want to come say hey?
Does Bugsy want to say hi too? Well, Bugsy, can I pick Bugsy?
Yeah.
Up? Are you sure?
Yeah. So this is Kuma, our Biddy Ray, I like to call him, and I just found him a few months ago in a field in Alabama when I was jogging.
Bugsy, he's too dark.
And they're best friends. I would die if they kissed right now. Aw, look at that. This is just, it's too sweet. This is just like, it melts my heart. It melts it. I love these guys being friends. Anyway, yay. Thanks for hanging out, y'all.
Thank you.
Okay.
We'll see you guys soon.
Bye.
Bye.